Welcome back to Refined After 60. And if you are new here, I am so glad you found us, because this channel was built specifically for you. Now, before you keep scrolling, I need you to stop right where you are, because what I am about to share with you today is something most people in your life will never tell you. Not your daughter, not your best friend, not even your favorite store assistant. But I will. Because that is exactly what we do here at Refined After 60. We have honest, loving, real conversations about style, confidence, and showing up as the most polished version of yourself at every single age. So today, we are talking about your handbag. Yes, your bag. The one sitting on your arm right now, or the one you grabbed this morning without giving it a second thought. Here is something that might surprise you. Your bag is doing one of two things every single time you walk out that door. It is either elevating your entire look, or it is quietly, silently adding years to your appearance that you did not earn and absolutely do not deserve. Now, I am not here to make anyone feel bad, not even a little. I am here because I genuinely care about the women in this community. Women over 60 are some of the most elegant, most magnetic, most beautifully layered women walking this earth. You have earned every laugh line, every silver strand, and every single chapter of this extraordinary life. Your handbag should be celebrating that, not competing with it. So today, we are walking through 6 specific handbag mistakes that are quietly aging women over 60. And then, because we never just come here to point fingers, we are going to talk about the stunning, sophisticated alternatives that will have you looking like the polished, intentional, unbothered woman you truly are. Stay with me all the way to the end, because the last one on this list is sitting in almost every woman's closet right now, and most women have absolutely no idea it is working against them. Let us get into it. Mistake number 1, the shapeless, overstuffed tote bag. I know, I felt some of you tense up just now, and I completely understand, because the oversized tote has been a loyal companion for a very long time. It fits your water bottle, your planner, your reading glasses, your emergency umbrella, your entire life, and it seems to go with absolutely everything. But here is the honest truth that your tote bag will never tell you itself. When a bag is oversized and completely without shape or structure, it drags the entire silhouette downward. The eye follows the weight of the bag, and suddenly everything reads heavier, more scattered, and more rushed than you actually are. And for a woman over 60 who moves through the world with wisdom and quiet confidence, rushed is not the energy. It never was. A shapeless tote also has this subtle way of saying, I am still in survival mode. But darling, you are not in survival mode anymore. You have arrived, and everything about the way you dress should reflect that. The beautiful alternative here is a structured tote. Same practicality, completely transformed energy. Look for something in a rich leather or high-quality faux leather. A warm camel, a deep cognac, a classic black, or a soft green that looks absolutely beautiful in every season. A structured tote holds its shape. It lifts the outfit, and it signals immediately that the woman carrying it moves through life with purpose and poise. Drop a comment below right now and tell me, are you a tote bag woman? Because I know you are out there, and there is no shame in it. Mistake number 2, the bag that has seen better days. Now, this one is not about style at all. It is purely about condition. And I want to say this with the warmest, most genuine love I have, because every single one of us has been guilty of this at some point. We find a bag we love, a bag that fits perfectly, feels right, goes with everything. And so we carry it through summer, through autumn, through 3 birthdays, 2 holidays, and a family reunion. And somewhere along the way, the lining begins to peel. The stitching loosens at the corners. The straps start to show cracks. The hardware loses its shine. Here is what happens that nobody talks about. People feel it before they can name it. They cannot always tell you exactly what is off, but something registers. That worn corner, that peeling edge, that dull clasp. And it reads as tired. Not just the bag, the whole look, the whole woman. And that is the last thing any of us needs, because we are not tired. We are seasoned. There is a very important difference. The beautiful alternative is this: rotate. You do not need 20 bags. You need 3 or 4 quality pieces kept in excellent condition. Condition your leather. Store your bags properly with a little stuffing inside to hold their shape. A bag that looks freshly purchased does something quietly powerful. It tells the world that you take care of what belongs to you, and the most valuable thing you own is yourself. If this video is already speaking to you, go ahead and give it a thumbs up right now. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps Refined After 60 reach more women who need exactly this conversation. Mistake number 3, the perfectly matched bag and shoe set. Oh, this one right here hits differently, because most of us were literally taught that this was the gold standard of being well-dressed. The bag matches the shoes match the belt, everything coordinates in a perfect intentional set, and you walk out feeling like you have absolutely nailed it. And listen, there was absolutely a time when that was the rule. That was the look. That was the goal. But here is the controversial truth, and I want you to sit with this for a moment. That perfectly matched set is now one of the quickest ways to anchor your style to a very specific decade. It reads as rigid. It reads as dated. Not because you did anything wrong, but because the rules of modern dressing have shifted, and a lot of us were not told. Modern elegance, the kind that reads effortless and genuinely sophisticated, is about coordination, not matching. It is about tonal dressing. It is about a warm-toned bag paired against a cool-toned outfit. It is about contrast and intention. Think a rich chocolate brown leather bag with cream and soft olive, a structured burgundy bag with navy and warm gold jewelry, a caramel leather shoulder bag with ivory and blush. These combinations whisper sophistication in a way that a perfectly matched set simply cannot anymore. The beautiful alternative is learning to mix with intention. Choose your bag as an accent piece, not as a mirror to the rest of your outfit. Let it add something. Let it surprise a little. That is where real elegance lives, and that is where women over 60 who truly understand style are living right now. Mistake number 4. The heavily logoed bag from another era. Now, I need you to hear me clearly on this one, because I am absolutely not coming for any brand. Some of the most iconic fashion houses in the world have been creating beautiful things for decades, and they will continue to do so. What I am talking about is that specific bag, covered from corner to corner in logos and initials, that has been on your arm since the early 2000s and has not changed a single day since. We all had our logo era. We worked for it, we saved for it, we wore it with pride, and we were absolutely right to do so. But here is what quietly happens when a heavily branded bag is clearly from 20 or more years ago. It ties you to that moment in time. It anchors you visually to that decade in a way that actually competes with the present day, evolved, extraordinary woman you have grown into. Your bag is still living in 2003, but you are right here, right now, more beautiful and more layered than you have ever been in your entire life. The beautiful alternative is something clean and minimal. A smooth leather bag with quiet hardware and no visible branding carries more sophistication in 2025 than a logo-covered anything. The quieter the bag, the louder the woman. And for women over 60, that quiet confidence, that I do not need to announce myself because my presence does it for me energy is absolutely everything. Tell me in the comments, do you agree with this one? Or do you think classic branded bags never go out of style? I genuinely want to hear your opinion because this is one that divides women, and I think we should talk about it openly. Mistake number 5, the everyday backpack. Now, I want to be very clear here because I love a backpack for the right occasion. Travel? Absolutely bring it. A weekend walk? Perfect choice. A day out with the grandchildren at the park? It makes complete sense. But when the backpack becomes the daily go-to, the thing on your back at brunch, at church, at a dinner out, at an afternoon gathering with friends, it creates a silhouette and an energy that quietly pulls in the wrong direction for a woman of your elegance and your experience. And here is the nuance that nobody says out loud. It is not that backpacks are inherently wrong. It is that the visual of a woman over 60 wearing a backpack as her everyday bag can sometimes read as though she is trying to dress younger, rather than dressing her actual, fabulous age with full confidence and complete style. And there is a very important difference between looking young and looking vibrant. We want vibrant. We want that undeniable, this woman knows exactly who she is, and she is not apologizing for a single moment of it energy. The beautiful alternative is a structured crossbody with a long adjustable strap. You keep your hands free, you keep the practicality, you keep the comfort, but the entire look shifts completely. A well-made crossbody in a warm neutral, a tan, a cognac, a soft taupe, or even a bold jewel tone is one of the most flattering, most modern, most genuinely stylish choices a woman over 60 can make. It balances the silhouette, it frames the body beautifully, and it says everything about a woman who has clearly, completely got this handled. We are almost at the last one, and I promised you at the very beginning of this video that number 6 was going to surprise you. I need you to stay right here because this is the bag sitting in the most wardrobes right now, getting the least attention for what it is actually doing to your overall look. Do not go anywhere. And while we are here, if you have not yet subscribed to Refined After 60, I want to personally invite you to become part of this community. We are building something genuinely special on this channel. Real conversations, real style, real encouragement for women who are stepping into the most powerful, most beautiful chapter of their lives and want to look every single bit of it. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. We would absolutely love to have you here. Mistake number 6, the micro bag. I told you this one was going to catch you off guard because micro bags, those tiny, precious little things barely large enough to hold your lipstick and a folded note, had a massive moment in fashion. The runways were full of them. Every influencer was carrying one. And honestly, the aesthetic is adorable. But here is what that tiny bag does to a woman over 60. And this is the part that almost nobody is talking about. When the bag is that small, it creates a visual imbalance against a fuller, more mature, more beautifully present silhouette. The proportions are simply off. A micro bag on a woman with real presence, real stature, real life written all over her, it does not compliment her. It actually miniaturizes her, and not in a flattering way whatsoever. It also carries a very youthful, almost girlish energy that can quietly work against the sophisticated, settled, sure of herself image that most women over 60 naturally project and want to project. There is something about a tiny bag that says, I am still figuring it out. And you have figured it out. You have done the work. You have lived the life. And there is also a completely practical reality here that I know you know. At this stage of your life, you carry real things. Your glasses, your phone, your keys, your cards, perhaps medication, a pen. Because yes, you still carry a pen, and there is something wonderfully refined about that. A micro bag is simply not your lifestyle. The beautiful alternative is a medium structured bag. Not oversized, not tiny, with clean proportions that feel balanced and intentional. Something with enough depth to hold your actual life without looking stuffed or strained. A medium satchel, a semi-structured shoulder bag, or an elegant top handle bag in a rich texture. Think smooth pebbled leather, a subtle croc emboss, or a refined python print. And in a color that truly celebrates you. Deep emerald, warm burnt orange, rich plum, a cobalt blue, a classic camel that works with absolutely everything in your wardrobe.
These bags do not just carry your things, they carry your statement. And for a woman over 60, your statement should always be, I am here, I am intentional, I am refined, and I am absolutely not done yet. Let us recap quickly. The shapeless, overstuffed tote that pulls your silhouette downward, replace it with a structured tote that lifts your entire look. The worn and weathered bag you have been carrying out of pure loyalty, invest in a small rotation of quality pieces and care for them properly.
The perfectly matched bag and shoe set that is quietly dating your style. Move into intentional coordination instead and watch the difference it makes. The heavily logoed bag from 2 decades ago that is anchoring you to the past. Step into something clean and minimal that lets the real you shine through. The everyday backpack that reads more casual than the life you are actually living. Upgrade to a structured crossbody that works beautifully with your body and your lifestyle. And that micro bag that was designed for a completely different woman at a completely different stage of life. Replace it with a medium, well-proportioned bag in a luxurious texture and a color that honors exactly who you are right now. Because here is what I need you to carry with you when you leave this video today. You are not dressing to look younger. Younger is not the goal. The goal is to look like exactly what you are. A woman over 60 who has done the work, lived the life, earned the wisdom, and has absolutely no intention of shrinking. Not for age, not for trends, and certainly not because of a bag that is not doing you justice. You are not past your prime. You are in a prime that most women are still working toward. Now I want to hear from you in the comments below. Which one of these 6 mistakes hit closest to home for you? And which alternative are you most excited to try? Let us have this conversation, because the best thing about this community is that we are not just watching videos. We are growing together. We are encouraging each other. We are reminding one another of who we are and who we are still becoming. If this video added something to your day, please share it. Send it to your friend, your sister, your colleague, that woman in your life who deserves to hear this message. Share it, like it, and if you haven't already, subscribe to Refined After 60 and ring that notification bell so you never miss a single conversation like this one. Every video on this channel is made with one woman in mind. You, the woman who is showing up, stepping out, and refusing to be anything less than her most refined, most radiant, most fully realized self. Thank you so much for being here today. I will see you in the next one.